Good morning, everybody. It is day 4 of our data unit for home-based learning. So we have been looking at line graphs to this point, and now we're going to have branch off slightly and go and have a look at pie charts. So just a reminder, at the start of each lesson, it's good to go TT Rockstars or Khan Academy. These link, if you click on them, they do link. So you can kind of go and review stuff. So if things aren't clicking for you, then you can go back and take responsibility for your own learning and setting targets. So if you're finding that you're still needing practice on your times tables, this TT Rockstars is great. Or if you just want to have some fun, maybe you can coordinate some challenges with some friends online using the chat. But do not spend your whole maths time doing this. Just use it as a warm-up or in the afternoons during your once you've finished everything else. Okay, and then Khan Academy, of course, is great for going back and reviewing things. Right, so let's have a look at pie charts here today. So if you look at the notes and guidance, it says children will build on their understanding of circles. Hopefully you have a decent understanding of circles still from grade 4. They'll understand how to calculate fractions of amounts to interpret simple pie charts. Okay, so we did do fractions in grade 4. And we can probably have a good understanding of fractions and the kind of that pizza model we have of breaking up circles into fractions, and that's going to be really, really helpful as we move into looking at pie charts here. Children should understand what the whole of the pie chart represents and use this when solving problems. One of the things I am going to say to you here is to have a think, although we haven't really done percentages in grade 4, have a think about the idea of 100% being a whole in this instance. 50% being half. This will help you not necessarily here, but as we go later into the unit, we kind of have fractions of the pie, but we also have percentages of the pie. So just be prepared if you see a percentage sign. Don't panic. It is just kind of telling us like how much out of 100, with the whole being 100%. Okay, so there's some questions here again, thinking questions to get you warmed up. These initial questions are interpreting questions. So this is, can you read the pie chart and can you answer the questions? So jot these down in your books for us, please. And then on slide 3, we have, these are the more conceptual ones. These are pretty tricky, actually. There's some problem solving in here that is quite wordy. So again, with the problem solving, as I said yesterday, you really should be reading it 3 times. Okay, 1 time to familiarize yourself with the question, 1 time to pull out what you think is going to be the important information, and 1 time to double check that you have pulled out the necessary information and that you understand it correctly. This one in particular, there's some definite potential for you to be to get mixed up. All right. So, what we'd like you to do is have a tackle through these questions, but then this bit here is the most important for me. Explain your methods. All right. You could just get the answer by moving the box out of the way and revealing the answer, but there's no learning that goes on there. All right. So what we would like you to do is to jot down your thinking, draw as much as you can, draw your thinking in as many ways, really explain. Imagine that you're drawing something that is going to explain it to somebody that doesn't understand how to read pie charts. Okay, that's what we want you to do. We want you to document your thinking in a way that it would be completely clear to a total beginner at this. Okay, and so once you've done that, then we'd like you to take a picture of that and insert your work here. So it says insert your work or a video here. So you could make a video with your thinking, but actually it would be a bigger challenge to explain your thinking visually today. Really draw like a step-by-step process and step-by-step approach on how you would tackle each of these questions. So you can choose to tackle all of them, or you can maybe really go in depth on just one of the 2. Okay, so you can choose to do both of them or really go in depth on one of the 2. And the key here is for you to be explaining every step of your thinking, not just giving us the answer. Okay, just giving us the answer is no good. We could just move the box for that. All right, we really want to see your understanding and your thinking before we get into more difficult pie charts.